Look at that. That is Shadow. I'm so happy to see Shadow out of the coop. She has been broody and just sitting, waiting. What do you think, Stockdales? You won't be the small chickens anymore. Oh, don't worry. You'll still be the big chickens. Look at these little guys in here. Kind of checking it out. Wandering around, wondering if it's safe. It's safe. These are chickens. We're going to try to integrate the silky bantams in with the main flock into their coop, which used to be the biggin's coop, which used to be Reese the bunny's hutch, and is going to be, as soon as it's completed, a whole rabbit chicken complex, like condos for livestock. Alright, so the next step is, since my tomatoes, as you'll soon see, have all but given up the ghost, I'm going to have to replace them with store-bought potted tomatoes. What I'm going to do is replace the existing watering system with a subterranean water system using old milk jugs, high tech, I know, and use the dirt from the excavation for those jugs as a base, a foundation for the root system of the tomato plants themselves. See that? Nice big fat worm. Maybe wondering why I'm using a garden fork instead of a shovel, because most of this garden is rock. This is a rock. This is a rock. Rock. Worm. Too bad they don't eat rocks. I excavated about a cubic foot of garden soil, and this is what I came up with. Instead of chop wood farm, this should be dig rock farm. So now what I'll do, I'll take this milk jug. It's fancy. I don't know if you have these in your store. They're like a new style of milk jug. They hold milk. Anyway, what I'll do is I'll take this garden knife, poke a bunch of holes in the milk jug, bury it in that hole in the ground right over there, fill it with water. The water goes down into the soil where the roots need it. It'll attract the roots down to the moist soil, give the plants a much firmer foundation. I'll do this a couple times throughout the garden, and then for watering, especially for the things like tomatoes, that I'll just pour water right here and it'll water underneath. Easiest way to do this would have been to use a candle and just melt a hole through. Rock. Now we're ready for planting. Since I don't have any plants available for planting right now, I'll have to pick some up later. Take you on a garden tour. Little flowers, little buds. Things are starting to happen from a green bean patch. I've noticed that even the squash and pumpkins and such that I planted here in this poor area, as opposed to the volunteer section, lots and lots of flowers, but not great on the foliage. That was until recently. Check this out. Much better foliage and got some flowers coming up, so I got both, best of both worlds. Same thing here, better foliage, got some flowers coming up. This is my zucchini. This, I'm so proud of. Look at this. This is my, I guess that might be more zucchini. Anyway, great leaves. They look like the volunteers. Right here, a foot away. What? My pumpkins that I planted that I'd given up on. Look at this guy. Great leaves. This guy's got some awesome flowers. This guy's got a beautiful flower opening up. Some of you guys might know about this. This is grass, obviously. But this, is this corn? Is this a volunteer corn that's coming up here? This, I used to feed them whole kernel corn. The chickens, that is. Speaking of chickens, look at the volunteer pumpkins, volunteer acorn squash, more coming up every day. And here's handsome George. That's the news from the homestead so far. Stay tuned.